Hello everyone. Let us see reorder paragraph now. This is one of the important tasks in reading section. In this task we will get 4 to 5 paragraphs arranged in a jumbled order. We have to order it logically and make sure that it is in correct order. The key skill here is the ability to understand how these sentences relate to each other. Either it could be a grammatical relation such as noun and pronoun, which will be in different paragraphs, or relationship between time periods, short form of names, or any other logical relation. Sometimes we will get easy questions and can order it in 30 seconds, but sometimes it may take more than 4 minutes to figure out. But with some methods and strategies such as finding independent sentence, supporting sentences such as examples for the definitions, or some relationship to the previous sentence, we can easily order it in 2 to 2.5 minutes. Let us understand this task in detail and see some examples for each strategy. We can see 4 to 5 text boxes appear in the screen in random order. Put them in the correct order. You will be seeing 4 or 5 paragraphs in each text box on the left side. You have to drag and drop on the right side in correct sequence. You will get either 2 or 3 reorder paragraphs with up to 150 words. 32 to 41 minutes for entire reading section. There is no specific time for each question. Therefore, you should not spend more than 2 minutes for each question. But sometimes drop down filling the blanks and reorder paragraph will take more time. For reorder paragraph, we need more practice because we should spend only a maximum of 2 to 2.5 minutes for each question. This is the ideal time you can spend for each question. Otherwise, you may miss multiple choice single answer, which is the last task in reading section. Don't miss any question even if it contributes less marks. Many people did not achieve their desired score as they lose 1 or 2 marks. So try to attend all questions without fail. Affects the scoring of reading section. This task contributes marks only for reading section. You can either drag and drop from left to right text boxes or use the arrows. We will see that now. So this is the reorder task. So on the left side you can see the paragraphs in random order, and on the right side you have to order it in the correct sequence. You can either drag and drop like this or select the paragraph and move it to the left or right. Scoring structure. This task contributes a maximum of 6 marks. This is also one important task which helps to achieve 79 plus. And this task is scored based on each pair of correct adjacent sentences. For each correct pair, 1 mark is provided, but there is no negative marks for this task. For example, if the correct sequence is A, B, C, D and E, 1 mark will be provided for AB, 1 for BC, 1 for CD and 1 for DE. So totally 4 marks will be given. If you order wrong pair, then no marks for that pair alone. You will get marks only for the correct pairs. In this example, 1 mark for AB, 1 for BC and 1 for CD. Only 3 marks. We won't get marks for the wrong pair EA. Here we will get marks for AB, BD is not matching here, DE is correct pair, so 2 marks, EC is wrong pair. Here AB is correct pair and rest are all wrong pairs. And here if you see, the correct pair AB is placed at the end. The position of the pair doesn't matter. If the adjacent pair is correct, then we will get 1 mark for that. You will not get marks based on the correct position of each sentence, but will get only based on correct pair. For this order, you will get 0 marks as there is no correct pair. Here you can see that A is in the correct position, but you won't get mark for this. Only if there is a correct pair, you will get a mark. We will see some strategies with some examples now. We have to apply all those rules while solving the reorder paragraph to order it in the correct sequence. Find the independent sentence. It is nothing but if you read that sentence alone, it should be understandable. It will not refer back and does not depend on to any other sentences. The independent sentence will give an idea about the passage, or it introduces a person or the topic or something else. If you are not able to find the independent sentence, then do it on the other way. Find whichever cannot be the independent sentence. Follow subject, verb and object rule. But to be frank, this rule doesn't work always because the questions will not always be straightforward. The object of the previous sentence not necessarily be the subject of the next sentence. But remember that the sentence that gives more information about the previous sentence will be the next sentence out of the remaining sentences. We will see one example using this rule as well. Okay. This is to find the independent sentence. Professor Fitzgerald and his team studied more than 47,000 women. This should not be the standalone sentence because they haven't mentioned why they are studying something. He convinced. This is pronoun, so this should not be the first sentence. Dr. Byron has long held that there is a link between diet and acne. So this can be the independent sentence because by reading this alone, it is easily understandable and it doesn't require any supporting sentence. But we will see the other sentences as well. No link was found between acne and traditionally suspect foods such as chocolate and chips. Here already we have seen there is a link. So link is introduced here only, but here the more information is given about the link. So this cannot be the independent sentence because this can be the supporting sentence for this sentence. The women were asked to fill in a questionnaire. This sentence should be the supporting sentence for this sentence because here the team is studying about the woman. So they are asking the woman to fill the questionnaire. So this sentence should come next to this. So finally it is concluded that this sentence is the independent sentence. Okay. So Dr. Byron has long held that there is a link between diet and acne. He convinced Professor Fitzgerald. So this is pronoun for this noun. We will see more detail about noun and pronoun in another example. Okay. So we will just follow this one. So he convinced Professor Fitzgerald. This is the second sentence of Hill to set up a study into this matter. He is asking the professor to set up a study. So Professor Fitzgerald and his team studied more than 47,000 women. This should be the third sentence. So in the study, women were asked to fill the questionnaire. This is the fourth sentence about the diet and about their suffering from acne. And no link was found between acne and traditionally suspect food. So this should be the last sentence. This is how you have to find the independent sentence and its supporting points. Sometimes you may get confused with two independent sentences. In that case, you have to figure out based on the facts. Know the facts. You should have some idea of when that particular instance has happened. For example, if they mention during the period of Trump as a president, then it should be after 2016. These two can be the independent sentence, but based on when Trump has become the president, we have to order the sentence according to the year. This is just a simple example. We will see one task now. This is actually Road to PT website. It has been changed to pt.tools now. One of the most successful designs of this period. So here it is mentioned as this period, so this cannot be independent sentence. The war brought many innovations to aviation. Here they are talking about some war which should be mentioned in some other paragraph. So this cannot be the independent sentence. Great progress was made in the field of aviation during the 1920s and 1930s, such as this flight in 1927 and this one the following year. So this can be the independent sentence because it is not referring any other sentence and all the information is clearly mentioned. By the beginning of World War II, many towns and cities had built airports and there were numerous qualified pilots available. This also can be the independent sentence because by reading this alone, we are able to understand this sentence. So here we can see two independent sentences. This can be the independent sentence and this can be another independent sentence. So how to find which one is the primary sentence? Remember that the first sentence will usually be the introduction to the paragraph. Here if you read it again, they have mentioned the years 1920s and 1930s. But here if you see, by the beginning of World War II, World War II has happened between 1939 and 1945. So this should be the second sentence and this one should be the first sentence. So you can arrange these kind of paragraphs only if you know the facts. And sometimes it will be mentioned as information era, industrial era and agrarian era in each sentence. You should know the meaning of these terms. Agrarian is agricultural period, industrial is based on factories which was in 1950s and information is based on computers, that is current period. Understand these terms and practice as much as possible by knowing the meaning so that you can answer quickly and correctly. So this should be the first sentence. Now read it again from the beginning. Great progress was made in the field of aviation during 1920s and 1930s. Here they have mentioned one of the most successful designs of this period. So in this period. So this is the second sentence. The war brought. This cannot be the next one. By the beginning of World War II. This can be the third sentence. And the supporting sentence for this sentence is this one because they have mentioned about the war here. So this should be the order. We will see the next strategy. Definite and indefinite articles. Words with articles such as a and an or indefinite articles which always used to introduce the subject. The is definite article and is used to mention the subject the second time. We will see one example for this. Reread with the idea that you are measuring what you have gained from the process. This is definite article, so somewhere about the process is mentioned. Rereading is an important part of the review process. Again, the review process. So this cannot be the independent sentence. It is a review process of what you are supposed to accomplish, not what you are going to do. This can be the independent sentence, but we will see the other one as well. A review is a survey of what you have covered. So here about review is clearly mentioned. So this should be the independent sentence. It is a review of what you are supposed to accomplish. This is the supporting point for this sentence. So A is indefinite article and this is the supporting sentence. Rereading is an important part of the review process. Here a review process and here the review process. So this should always come next to this one. Reread with the idea. So this is supporting point for this sentence. Definitions and examples. Examples should always be next to the explanation. This is straightforward. If you see the examples, then definitely there should be some definition or explanation provided in the other paragraph. Let us directly jump into one sample. Here in the first sentence itself it is mentioned as for example. So for this definitely there should be some definition. Here another example. So this also cannot be independent sentence. When it is mixed with water. Here they are talking about something is mixed. So noun for this pronoun is mentioned somewhere. A reaction that needs some type of energy to make it go is said to be endothermic. It takes in energy. Here they have mentioned a reaction and this is easily understandable and is not dependent on any other sentence. So this should be the independent sentence. This process is endothermic. Here they didn't talk about any process. They just mentioned a reaction that needs some type of energy and it is endothermic. So this is definition of endothermic. Now we can see the examples. For example, the sharbat you used for the chapter problem on page 25 is a mixture of baking soda and citric acid. So this should be the next sentence. Another example of an endothermic reaction is seen with the cold packs used by athletes to treat injuries. These packs usually consist of a plastic bag containing ammonium nitrate dissolved in the water. So this can be the next sentence, but we will see the other two as well. When it is mixed with water in your mouth, an endothermic reaction occurs. So here it is mentioned as mixture of baking soda and citric acid. And when it is mixed with water in your mouth, an endothermic reaction occurs. So this is the supporting sentence for this example. Another example of an endothermic reaction is seen with the cold packs used by athletes to treat injuries. Here they are talking about cold packs. This process is endothermic, taking heat energy from the surroundings and cooling the injured part of your body. Here they are talking about injuries and this is the supporting point for this paragraph. So this comes next and this is the last sentence. If you know the meaning of the definition, then you can easily relate the paragraphs. Here reaction needs some energy which causes endothermic. And in this example, sharbat is a reaction and it takes heat energy when it is mixed with water and it causes endothermic. And in this example, cold packs is a reaction and it takes heat energy to cause endothermic. So this is how you have to find the definition and its examples. Now we will see nouns and pronouns. When you see the pronouns such as he or she, then somewhere in the other sentence, the noun, that is the name of the person, will be mentioned. Look for that sentence and order the sentences as noun in the first place, which is followed by pronoun. So pronoun will always come after the noun. Look at this example. This example has all rules till what we have discussed now. Independent sentence. After finishing first in his pilot training class, Lindbergh took his first job as the chief pilot of an airmail route operated by this and here. So this should be the first sentence. Sometimes the sentence can start like this as well. After finishing first in his pilot, but you have to read the entire sentence so that we can identify whether it is an independent sentence or not. Because in the same sentence itself, the noun of this pronoun will be mentioned. So read it carefully. After a crash, he even salvaged the bag of mail. After a crash, so somewhere something has happened. During his tenure on the mail route, he was renowned for delivering the mail under any circumstances. So we should know the meaning of this word. This means famous, popular. During his tenure on the mail route, he was famous for delivering the mail under any circumstances. So this is something positive. He flew the mail here, here and here. Here if you see an airmail route, so an is an indefinite article, and here if you see the mail, so this is definite article and this is pronoun followed by noun. So this should be the next sentence. After a crash, this cannot be the next sentence because here they have mentioned for delivering the mail under any circumstances. This is the definition. Under any circumstances is the definition, but after a crash, this is one example of any circumstance. He even salvaged bags. He saved the bags of mail from his burning aircraft. That is why he became famous. Under any circumstances, he will deliver the mail. So even after a crash, he was able to deliver the mail. So this is definition and this is example for this. Okay. So this is the independent sentence. This is noun and this is pronoun. This is indefinite article and this is definite article. Any circumstances is explanation and after a crash is one such circumstance. And to be specific, we have something called general noun and specific noun. For example, there are 3 banks in Scotland. Bank of Scotland is the first bank. Here 3 banks is general noun. Many things, these are all general nouns. And Bank of Scotland is specific noun because one of them which is mentioned specifically. Be aware of these as well. Next is short forms or acronyms. Short form of the places, name of the person or designation such as the researcher, the scientist should always come next to the full form. Sometimes we could see the last name of the person in the first sentence and full name of the person in the other sentence. In that case, we should ensure that the sentence with full name should always be moved to the first place. Similarly, the acronym such as PTE should always follow the full description, which is Pearson Test of English. See this example. During his 11 years writing for the New York Tribune, this is similar to the previous example. Marx tackled an abundance of topics from issues of class and the state to world affairs. This can be the independent sentence, but we will read the other sentences as well. Particularly, moving pieces highlight social inequality. Here Marx tackled an abundance of topics from issues of classic and the state to world affairs. And this is the supporting sentence because here it is mentioned particularly moving pieces. Abundance of topics, this is general noun. Particularly moving pieces, this is specific noun. So this should follow the previous sentence. Karl Marx is arguably the most famous political philosopher. Here they have mentioned the full name. So Marx is the acronym for Karl Marx. Therefore, this should not be the independent sentence. Karl Marx is arguably the most famous political philosopher of all time, but he was also one of the great foreign correspondents of the 19th century. This can be the independent sentence. We will read the last one as well. Above all, Marx's fresh perspective on 19th century. So this is also the supporting sentence. So this should be the first sentence. Here they have mentioned above all. Above all is one of the transition words. This is to conclude the paragraph. So this should be the last sentence. So acronym for Karl Marx is Marx. So we have to move this sentence. And as we already seen, this is the supporting sentence for the previous sentence. And this is the last sentence. Okay. So this is the independent sentence. And here they are mentioning about his achievements. And this is specific noun for this general noun. This is the transition word. And here they are concluding the topic. Again, if it is mentioned as a researcher, then that should be the first sentence. If it is mentioned as the researcher, then definitely somewhere the name of the researcher or a researcher would have been mentioned. Time periods, which is very important one. Time periods will not always be in the chronological order. Based on the given years and the supporting points, understand the past and present and come to the conclusion. You may get time periods in different sentences which confuses you and you may tend to make a mistake. Don't just blindly follow the sequence. Understand the context and make the correct sequence. Sometimes based on the grammar such as is, was, will be, you can identify the correct sequence. 1920s and 1930s. If they mention 1920s, it is somewhere between 1920 and 1930. 1930s is between 1930 to 1940. And if they mention early 1920s, then it is around 1921 to 1925. Understand these kind of basic ideas. Here is one example for this type of strategy. He erected. This cannot be the first sentence. The town had flourished. Definite article. This cannot be the first sentence. In 1571 it became. This also cannot be the independent sentence. Marquez arrived in October 1571 at the abandoned town of Santa Elena with 2 ships carrying prefabricated posts and heavy planking. So this is the first sentence. Read from the beginning again. He erected. So this can be the second sentence because the noun is already mentioned. The town had flourished. So about the town has already mentioned here. At the abandoned town. So this can be the third sentence. In 1571 it became the capital of La Florida. What became the capital of La Florida? We will confirm this in this sentence. The town had flourished nearing 400 residents since its establishment more than a decade earlier in 1566 by this person who had founded La Florida and St. Augustine the year before. So again here they are talking about the town only. It became the capital of La Florida. So overall if you see they have mentioned 1577, 1566 and 1571. So if you order it based on the year, it will be completely wrong. So you have to understand the idea and order the paragraphs. Transition words. Transition words such as firstly, secondly and finally will always come in the sequence. Moreover or however will always be the supporting point. Thus, as a result, therefore, throughout, above all, these are all concluding points. But sometimes the sentence with however may come before or after the concluding points. Sentences beginning with however are rarely the opening sentence. It depends upon to which sentence it is supporting. Only when you understand the full essence of the paragraphs, you will be able to identify the sequence. We will see one example for this type as well. Ideally, the brand name you choose should be the one that doesn't require translation. This can be the independent sentence. However, if your brand name reflects a key benefit of your service, so this cannot be the independent sentence. So a made up word or a compound word, this is also cannot be the independent sentence. In other words, this is also cannot be independent sentence. So this is the first sentence. Now we have to identify the supporting points. Ideally, the brand name you choose should be the one that doesn't require translation. So they are talking about brand name and translation. However, if your brand name reflects a key benefit of your service such as budget car rental, then you may want to consider translating it for other markets, though multiple brand names will require more effort to manage. Here they are mentioning it doesn't require translation. So something simple will do. So we will keep it aside. We will see the next one. So a made up word or a compound word can be a good idea. So translation is not required, but made up word will do, such as Tesco or Pepsi. So this is the second sentence. In other words, one that's simple, easy to pronounce and has no inherent meaning. This is the third one. This cannot be the second sentence because here they are giving one idea and here they are talking about the same in other words. So this is second sentence and this is the third one. Finally, however, if your brand name reflects a key benefit of your service. So here the simple idea will do, but if your brand name reflects a key benefit such as budget rental car, then you may want to consider translating. So simple idea will do, but if it has some benefits, then it will be good to consider translating. So this is the last sentence. So using however, they are concluding the paragraph. This is how you have to arrange the paragraphs. Once you have arranged all paragraphs in the right order, make sure you read them again. When you read it again, you may feel that the order is wrong and can move the paragraph to above or below. Change the order and see how it impacts the meaning of the whole text. Okay, what if you don't get any of these rules? There might be some other strategies as well, which will be very difficult to solve. In that case, use the trial and error method and try to solve it within 2.5 minutes. Read the paragraphs and understand the context as what is actually described. Identify the independent sentence by reading each sentence and ensure that you are able to get 100% information without any reference, then conclude that as first sentence or topic sentence. Now look for the next one. If you feel that it gives more information on the previous sentence, then move it to the second place and go to the next sentence. Otherwise, replace it with the other one. Repeat the same for the rest of the sentences. If you do so, you will be able to figure out the independent sentence and the supporting sentences in the correct order. If you are not able to figure out in 2 or 2.5 minutes, then order it randomly with your gut feeling. Still, you will get some points for the correct pairs. Okay, that's the end of reorder paragraphs. Remember all the rules discussed here and apply on each question. These are the most significant rules that we usually get. I hope these techniques will help you to solve the reorder paragraphs. Practice well so that you will be able to complete as quickly as possible. However, as I already mentioned, sometimes we will get some tough paragraphs and won't get any of these strategies, and it might be very difficult to reorder. But don't waste your time if you are not able to identify anything. Try the trial and error method and solve it quickly. But if you still struggle to solve the reorder paragraph, then don't worry about that. I will post the video of most repeated questions very soon. Instead of practicing something else, you can practice all these questions. If you have luck, you will get 1 or 2 questions in the exam. Hope this video helps up to some extent. Once again, thanks for watching my videos. Have a wonderful day.